And now we have the next in our series on the highlights of TalkBack from Warren.
Hi. For the past 4 or so weeks, I've been bringing you highlights from TalkBack. This week, however, I want to take a little break and delve into something that people have been having problems with, and that's the changing of granularities using the three-finger gestures. This is something that could be a little bit controversial depending on what side of the aisle you want to come down on. I personally think that the three-finger gestures is not necessarily bad. However, I think it was badly implemented. It was overly duplicated as there's no need using it from up or down and then again duplicating it by swiping from the side or things like that. And so as a result, people are having difficulty using that and finding out that they are triggering some other actions instead of the desired change of the granularity. I do want to mention here in passing that when you're changing these granularities using the three-finger gestures, whether you're swiping up or down or side to side, that you try to stay in the middle. In other words, stay in the middle of the phone and do not go too far to the right or too far to the left or too far to the top or too far to the bottom, but stay in the middle of the phone. If you do that, you will get a surefire every single time. However, if you don't, you may wind up triggering something else. I will demonstrate exactly what I'm saying and why I prefer what I dub the scrubbing one-finger gesture in changing granularities. Now, here's what I'm talking about. I'm sitting on my first home screen. I will now swipe from the middle of the phone, and it needs to be a very short swipe, not too long. Don't pull it down too far down. So from the middle of my phone, I'm going to swipe down with 3 fingers.
Headings.
I'll swipe again, 3 fingers.
Controls.
Now I'll swipe up with 3 fingers from the middle of the phone.
Headings.
Swipe up again.
Paragraphs.
Now I'm going to swipe from left to right from the middle of the phone.
Headings.
Now swipe from right to left with 3 fingers.
Paragraphs.
Swipe back left.
Headings.
Swipe back right.
Paragraphs.
Swipe left.
Headings.
Swipe from right to left.
Paragraphs.
You see what I mean? Now, if I swipe from the top of the phone with 3 fingers, watch what happens. Or swiping higher than from the middle of the phone, here's what happens.
Notification shade. Do not disturb.
I have just pulled down the notification shade instead of changing that granularity. That's one of the reasons I'm talking about the fact that this thing was not well done. Now, watch. Let me swipe from left to right from the edge and see what happens.
Button. Google reportedly boosts Pixel 6 production, and it could finally...
I got swiped to the Google Discovery or the Google Home Feed, which is found to the left of the first home screen. So, again, if you're going to be using the 3-finger swipe up or down or left or right, be sure that you are doing that from the very middle of the screen and make your swipes very, very short. And now, here's the surefire that I'm talking about, that is using one finger and doing the up and down scrubbing motion. I will do an up-down scrub.
Words.
I will do another up-down scrub.
Characters.
Now I'll swipe down and up.
Words.
I'll swipe down and up again.
Paragraphs.
Now swipe up and down.
Words.
Swipe up and down.
Characters.
And that's a surefire. Now, after settling on the granularity that you want, for example, if you're changing to a word or character granularity and you want to spell that word, or you want to read word by word or character by character, for example, then after settling on the granularity that you want, then you swipe down. I'll give a quick example.
Pixel Launcher. Button. Google reportedly boosts Pixel 6 production, and it could finally break through. Heading. Enlist.
So now I want to read that either word by word. So I will scrub up and down till I get to where it says word.
Controls. Headings. Paragraphs. Words.
Now I'm going to swipe down. I'm not scrubbing, but simply swiping down.
Google.
Swipe down again.
Reportedly.
Swipe down again.
Boosts.
Now I'm going to swipe back up to Google.
Boosts.
Swipe up again.
Reportedly.
Swipe up again.
Google.
So I'm now on the word Google. Now I'm going to change it to character. So I'm going to swipe up and down to change from word to character.
Characters.
Now I'm going to swipe down.
Capital G. Golf.
Swipe down.
O. O. G. L. E. Space.
That's how you go about doing the granularities and then spelling out either word by word or character by character. And that is true for things like words, characters, lines, and so forth. When it comes to headings, however, once you swipe down to a heading, then to read that heading, you want to swipe from left to right. And now you know how to go about changing those granularities based on the one that works best for you. As for me, I prefer using the up-down scrub or down-up scrub using one single finger to change my granularities. That has been the tip of the week.
Thanks, Warren. And when are you going to start co-hosting the CSR tips that Mariam does?
I think that Miriam would love for me to be part of that CSR. She'd probably throw me a party. But for now, though, I think I'm going to pass on that because I'm a TalkBack boy and all through and through TalkBack. So, Miriam, if you're listening, I'm sorry, my dear, but I'm not joining you in that party.
TalkBack boy running on his Pixel phone.
Thank you for that little tune there, Ed.
That is why I'm doing this and not singing. Obviously, people will realise how bad a singer I am. But it seemed to scan, so I thought I'd do.
Oh my, that's been wonderful.
And that's all we have for you this week. Austin, how can people find us?
If you want to get in touch with us, you can send an email to contact us at blindandroidusers.com with your questions, feedback, whatever you have. And we will answer your questions on the podcast without reading the name and all those things because the episodes is that way very long. So we'll try to save some time and answer your questions. We will make tutorials on whatever possible. You can see or listen to all the previous episodes by visiting blindandroidusers.com. You can listen to us on YouTube by visiting youtube.com/blindandroidusers. That is one word. Join us on a mailing list, Blind Android Users, plus subscribe at groups.io. Join the Telegram link, Twitter link, follow on Clubhouse, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link for that will be in the show notes. So till then, everyone, it's bye from me for this week. I will see you next week.
That's great. So from me, see you next week and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you next week. And that has been another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. As always, we appreciate hearing from you. You send those email messages to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. For those My Android Journey stories, we encourage you to send those to myandroidjourney@blindandroidusers.com. Until we see you in our next episode, you have a wonderful day.